We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter, a lesser included offense.
So if you want someone to act shocked about the Alicia Andrews trial, you're on the wrong channel. I said in my previous video how this is going to play out, but even I had no idea the full extent.
My name is Alicia Andrews.
All right, Ms. Andrews, you're charged with 2 counts. One is first-degree murder, and the other is conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Did you know that Charles Jones was going to die on June 23rd of 2024?
No, I did not.
Now, I told you guys in my previous video that she was the worst one to take on the hit because she'd be the first one to tell on everybody involved. Now, I don't know if her boyfriend Isaiah Gathright thought he was outsmarting the police, but all he was doing was setting up a perfect defense for Alicia. Isaiah would use Alicia to book the Airbnb. Isaiah would use Alicia's phone to communicate with the alleged shooters. Now, I don't know what Alicia knew or didn't know, but what Alicia is saying is that she was just going on a road trip with her boyfriend and had no idea that her boyfriend was on a side quest. Now, the part that I thought was interesting was how Alicia Andrews gave up all the information immediately, and instead of making her a witness against the co-defendants and reduce her charges like they usually do, the prosecution got overzealous and charged Alicia the maximum. She got the same exact charges as the other co-conspirators, and I think that was a major flaw in the prosecution's plan of attack. Now, on this channel, we don't do any clickbait. I didn't say Alicia was found innocent. I said she was found not guilty. And to be honest, in her predicament, being found not guilty should feel like she was found innocent. Each charge that she was charged with carried life with the possibility of the death penalty. And now, she won't be facing anywhere near that amount of time at sentencing. But like I said in my previous videos, I knew she was going to beat these charges, or at least the bigger charges, as soon as she said she was a victim of domestic violence. She also said she's a victim of manipulation. She pretty much went on the stand and said she's as much as a victim as Julio Foolio. Alicia would go on to say that Isaiah put his hands on her often. That's why she would let him use her phone. Alicia would also say that she wasn't allowed to stay at the Airbnb because Isaiah was jealous and thought she was cheating on him all the time. So that was the reason she had to go with Isaiah and track and stalk Julio Foolio. And the defense would provide photos to prove Alicia's statements.
All right. Miss Andrews, what is this photograph of?
My face.
All right. And why, what is on your face?
That's when he bruised my eye.
Who is he?
Isaiah.
Do you remember when this was, time frame?
I don't remember the exact date, but I recall sending her a picture though.
Who is her?
I think that's Jewel.
All right. Now, why did you send this picture?
Because I was already telling her about the other incident, so when I sent it to her, I'm like I'm fed up, kind of like just telling her like, what do I do?
What is this a photo of?
Of my eye that he bruised.
Is this a separate incident or the same?
It's the same day.
All right. And why did you take another picture?
I was just showing her closely.
All right. Showing 7A. What is this a photograph of?
One of my phones.
All right. What is the phone showing? What are you doing in this photograph?
Showing her that the screen is cracked.
Who is her?
I believe I sent it to Joel.
All right. And how did the screen get cracked?
He broke it.
How?
I think he threw it to the ground.
All right.
I don't remember exactly how he threw it, but.
And while that exhibit is still up, hold on. How often or how many times did Isaiah chance to break your phone?
From 2021 to 2024, maybe 4 times.
Now, we've seen Alicia Andrews in court, people calling her Prison Bae, saying she was completely innocent. I just want to highlight what Alicia Andrews looks like on the street. This is the same woman who turned down a scholarship to college and said she'd rather learn how to do hair and date her drill rapper boyfriend, Gutta Zay. Now, I'm not saying she's lying, but we're all grown enough to know that even if she was in an abusive relationship, This Alicia Andrews knew a little bit more than what she was saying. But the jury doesn't get to see that Alicia Andrews. The jury sees a young, small woman with no makeup on, chewing her bottom lip, looking like someone the jury wants to empathize with rather than convict. Now, the prosecution would drop the ball a few more times in this case, mainly not having a strong rebuttal against the domestic violence allegations. Alicia Andrews' defense is, I had no idea what's going on. Isaiah would beat me because he didn't trust me and wouldn't leave me alone for the same reasons. And the prosecution's rebuttal?
Exhibit where Alicia, at 17 years old, says that Foolio needs to die. Did you locate this text message?
No.
Do you know who located the text message in your team?
I believe it was, I can't recall exactly. I reviewed it. It was brought to my attention.
All right. And this text message was not sent to Isaiah Chance, correct?
Correct. It was to a girl named Jewel, I think.
All right. As a matter of fact, Alicia Andrews did not know Isaiah Chance, was not dating Isaiah Chance when this text message was sent off, correct?
Her statement to me was that they were on and off for 4 years prior to June 2024, so that would put it maybe June 2020, and these are from 2021, so I don't know if this was an off period or if she had met him yet.
Okay. Did she have any text messages in her phone, like this one, that Foolio needed to die? Did she have anything like that more recently?
Again, from the iCloud, the more recent messages weren't backed up, so we didn't have any more recent. This is, I think it went up to 2022 or 2023. This is the only message where we found that she wished that Foolio would die.
All right. In the messages that are in evidence, you do have messages from the week prior to this murder, correct? Alicia?
So specifically the messaging that we have from Alicia's phone came, as far as to pick up the phone and all that, that actually came from defendant Sean Gaithwright's iCloud. So he had backed up his messages to be recent, but Alicia's device, iCloud, had not backed up its messages to be recent.
All right, so you're saying that there are no text messages between Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance in the weeks leading up to the murder?
Not that I have reviewed.
I'm sorry, but were we supposed to look at that as evidence? I know the jury was like me and looking at that confused. Alicia was texting a friend, Julio Foolio need to die. I think the prosecution was trying to make it look like Alicia had motive, but it fell very flat on the goal intended. The biggest thing to take away is the prosecution's own witness, the detective. The detective said that there was no messages about Julio Foolio in the past 3 to 4 years. What is the jury supposed to think when Alicia is being charged with conspiracy to commit murder? Now, another time the prosecution dropped the ball was them not making their point when they had the opportunity. Isaiah has been in contact with Alicia Andrews this whole time, advising Alicia what to say at trial, telling Alicia what information to divulge, and what information to keep to herself. Now, with this information, you would think the prosecution would be able to cross her up on the stand about this, because it could lend to the conspiracy theory. But
Call him 5 to 10 times a day in there.
Yes, when he says call back, I call back.
And you also do messages. There's a kiosk system where you can kiosk with him. Isn't that correct?
Yes, he texts me and I text him.
And you have intimate conversations about your case, don't you?
Yes, when he asks, I let her know.
And he sends you messages, which could be called sexting, right?
Yeah, he do. I can't have it, like I said.
And you're no longer in a relationship with him, correct?
No, he thinks that.
And you call him multiple times a day, every day, for several months. Isn't that true?
Yes, like I said, I'm doing what I have to do. I'm not going to let him know. I'm not going to get on the phone and act like it's a change. I'm acting the same. I'm doing what I have to do.
Ma'am, you understand you're on trial for first-degree murder, right?
Yes, I do.
And it's for hanging out with him.
I do.
And you are still protecting him, right? To this day, you're protecting him.
I'm not protecting him.
You are still calling him and communicating with him, aren't you?
Yes, that's not protecting him, though.
So much so that you call his mother, right?
I do.
And you have been advised and you report to his mother that you don't care that your attorneys tell you not to talk to him. You're going to do it anyway, right?
Yes, but I feel like that's the best way to do it.
So you are so desperate to talk to him and have communication with him, you don't even care if it may be hurtful to your case.
I wouldn't say desperate, because when I did disappear and listened, he texted me from another person and said, why are you not listening to me? Why are you not responding? When are you going to get it to your big red forehead? And all these other things. So I started back talking to him.
So now again, you're talking to him because you're still afraid of him, right? Even though he is locked up for first-degree murder charges and cannot go near you.
I didn't say physically come to me. I'm talking about other people.
You take advice from him, don't you?
I listen to it.
He discusses the case with you many, many times. Isn't that true?
Yes, because he knows I don't know, so he tries to make sure I know everything.
In fact, he tells you to kind of stay strong because the state thinks you're the weaker link. Has he told you that before?
Yes, he told me that.
Have you responded to him on, let's see, recently is June 27th of 2025. Did you tell them half the witnesses are dead, you're listening to Jacksonville, and they don't solve shit, I'm just lost because this is all pointless?
Said what?
Did you say to him, half of their witnesses are dead, you're listening to Jacksonville, and they don't solve shit, I'm just lost because this is all pointless?
Yes, I told him, and that's my opinion. I don't understand why I'm here. It's really about them.
So you're still talking about what you're charged with him?
Yeah, he's aware, so I can say that.
And he tries to tell you what you should do in your case, right? And he tries to tell you what is the plan about the Airbnb. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yeah, and I don't control him, so he talks about what he wants to talk about.
Don't you say in response to him telling you all that, you don't got to say all that. Don't walk me through those stops. You said that, right?
Yeah, I stop him when he talks about the case because I already kind of know that. So he tries to let me know, and I already know.
It's not because you've already discussed what you two are going to say that you're on some kind of vacation to Tampa.
No, we haven't.
That's not what you're referring
talked
to?
about that. No.
Now, I have never thought the other co-defendants were more cooked until after this testimony. Alicia Andrews was very believable on the stand. In my opinion, the way she answered those questions made her look a little more calculated than I originally thought. It looks like she's playing Isaiah and the court system in her favor, which, to be honest, it's exactly what she needs to be doing. Isaiah thought she was stupid and thought she would end up with as much time, maybe even more, as him and the other co-defendants. The prosecution thought she was stupid and they thought they could trick her into snitching and still give her the maximum amount of time. But what I see is someone who realized exactly how the odds were stacked against them and played it masterfully in her favor. So much so that the jury was forced to.
Very good, Madam Clerk. Yes. Please publish the verdict.
In the Circuit Court of the 13th Judicial Circuit of the State of Florida, in and for Hillsborough County Criminal Justice Division, State of Florida versus Alicia Latoya Andrews, case number 24 CF 1911996, Trial Division 1, verdict form. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1, the defendant is guilty of manslaughter, a lesser included offense. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 2, the defendant is not guilty. So say we all, dated this 31st day of October 2025, signed foreperson of the jury.
All right, thank you very much. Have a seat. Does either side wish for me to poll the jury?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you, each of you, this is your true and correct verdict. I'm going to call you by your initials and your jury number. And I just need you to respond yes or no. Okay? All right, juror number 5, initials DC. Is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror number 13, initials LM. Is this your true and correct verdict? Juror number 14, initials SC. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror 21, initials EM. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 23, initials CJ. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 41, initials AM. Is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Now, I was totally surprised that she got manslaughter because that wasn't even one of her charges. I didn't know in the state of Florida, you could be found not guilty of a bigger charge, but still get found guilty of a lesser felony. But like I said in my previous video, this is the best thing that's going to happen to anybody involved in this case. Alicia Andrews' lawyer stopped saying allegedly about her co-defendants 2 minutes into this trial. That lets you know that the other co-defendants receiving life will be a blessing. I always said, I don't know the full extent of her knowledge in this crime, but whether she did or didn't know, at least she has the opportunity to start her life over. And nobody else in this case can say that. Because with a manslaughter charge, it carries a maximum of 15 years. And with how sympathetic Alicia was, I don't think the judge is going to give her more than 10 years. But let me know in the comments. Do you think Alicia Andrews knew more than she let on? Or do you think she's a victim of everyone in that situation and she's lucky to get out of this with her life? And if you made it this far, click the left side of your screen to see why Selena Powell crashes out on the Goldie Mac podcast. And also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that algorithm because I need to be there, man. Because I know there's 10 other streamers out there like me, but fuck that little 10.
I'm maxed out.